Okay. Example number 4 is the integral of dx all over the quantity of 4x squared minus 25 raised to 3 halves. Now, if you will notice at the equation, this is in the form of x squared minus a squared, wherein the value of a is 5. Now, you will have to set the trigonometric substitution. Kaya lang, your x squared is 4x squared in actual. So, instead of having x equals a secant theta, since this is x squared minus a squared, you just need to have the square root of this. So, you will have 2x instead of having x. So, that is a secant of theta. So, you will have a, which is 5, then the secant theta. From the previous examples, we are only using x kasi yung form natin is always x squared. But in this example, your x squared is 4x squared in actual. So dapat the square root of this, yun yung isa-set mo as the trigonometric substitution. Then you will have to set the derivative of this equation. So this is 2 dx, then 5. The derivative of your secant is secant theta. So you will have secant theta, then tangent theta, d theta. So the derivative of your secant theta is secant tangent. So you will now have the value of your dx, which is 5 halves, then secant theta, tangent theta, d theta. Then transforming this equation, you will now have the integral of your dx is 5 halves of the secant theta, tangent theta, d theta. Then you will now have, this is 4x squared. 4x squared is the square of 2x. So you will have 2x squared. So you will have 5 secant theta squared minus 25 raised to 3 halves. So if you evaluate this equation, you will now have 5 halves, secant theta, tangent theta, d theta, over, this is now 25 secant squared theta minus 25 raised to 3 halves. They have both 25, so pwede natin i-factor out yung 25. You will now have 5 halves, secant theta, tangent theta, d theta. Then factoring out your 25, you will now have secant squared theta minus 1 raised to 3 halves. Then taking note that this part is, you will now have secant squared theta minus 1. That is equivalent to tangent squared theta. Then the equation now is 5 halves, secant theta, tangent theta, d theta, all over 25 can be 5 squared. Then this part is tangent squared theta raised to 3 halves. Then ganun ulit. Distribute the exponent. You will now have 5 halves, secant theta, tangent theta, d theta, all over. This is now 5 cubed then tangent cube theta. Since you have tangent at the numerator, then you have tangent cube at the denominator. This can be tangent squared. Then 5 sa numerator, then you will now have 5 squared at the denominator. So you will now have 2 over, sorry for that. You will now have 1 over 2 multiplied by 25, that is 50. Then the integral of secant theta d theta all over tangent squared theta. If you will notice, how will you integrate this equation? You will now have 1 over 50. Then the integral of secant theta is 1 over cosine theta. Then tangent theta is sine over cosine. Kaya lang, nasa denominator, so this is equivalent to cotangent. So this will be cosine squared theta over sine squared theta d theta. So cancel to. You will now have cosine theta over sine squared theta. So the equivalent is 1 over 50. Then the integral of 1 over sine is cosecant theta. Since kinuha natin yung isang sine, may matitira pang isang sine. You will now have cosine over sine, that is cotangent theta. So that is the equation. So now, you will now have the integral of cosecant theta, cotangent theta d theta, is negative cosecant. So you will now have 1 over 50, then the negative of cosecant theta plus c. But you need to transform the cosecant theta in terms of x. Now, kukunin natin yung cosecant theta. You will now have secant theta is 2x over 5. So secant theta is 1 over cosine. So that is the reciprocal of cosine. If cosine is adjacent over the hypotenuse, therefore the secant theta is hypotenuse over the adjacent. So pag ginamit mo yung triangle, you will now have 2x, then the adjacent is 5. You need cosecant. Cosecant is 1 over sine. So you need sine theta. And sine theta is opposite over the hypotenuse. Or to get the cosecant theta, you need the hypotenuse over the opposite. So you need to get the opposite side. The opposite side is now the square root of 2x squared minus 5 squared, or simply 4x squared minus 25. So the cosecant theta is now 2x over the square root of 4x squared minus 25. So for the final answer, that is negative 1 over 50 multiplied by the cosecant, which is 2x over the square root of 4x squared minus 25 plus c. But since you have 2 over 50, this can be simplified by 1 over 25.